Today, we're going to be checking out a trail called Bobblets Gap. It's a trail that I've been wanting to check out for quite some time. One reason or another, I've never managed to get out here. It's one of two gaps that we'll be running today. We'll be doing this one along with, hopefully, Powell's Gap. I've watched several videos of this area, but I don't believe I've ever watched one specifically of Bobblets Gap. This is a new trail to me. I've never been out here before. I've just seen pictures. So I'm excited to get out there and check it out. So let's hop in and let's hit the trail.
With the Defiant currently awaiting the arrival of her new powertrain, she's not presently outfitted for extended travel. So, we're back to the basics, where we started. Day trips to shorter trails, and Bobblets Gap is the perfect place for that.
Well, this is really random. Weird place to have that. I assume it's there for a reason. I just passed the last of the private property right back there, and that's the point at which the gravel road more or less ceases and it becomes two-track, transitions away from just being a gravel road to access the houses and private property and really more into an actual trail. So you can see that things have already changed a bit.
Bobblets Gap is a relatively short trail and only 5 miles in length, but it packs a decent amount of fun into a short distance. Bobblets Gap starts out as a typical graded gravel road, meandering its way through a rural mountain neighborhood before transitioning into a dirt two-track trail.
That might have presented some problems if you have a rooftop tent. I guess it's a good thing I don't have mine on right now. So far this trail is pretty cool. It deviates a bit from the typical gravel and dirt road that most of the trails in the old G-Dub are. This one's actually a nice two-track with some terrain changes. A little bit of hilliness, some ruts. It's pretty cool. I'm liking it.
The change in surface to dirt two-track is a welcome departure from the norm in this area, as most trails in the George Washington and Jefferson National Forests are typically little more than gravel or dirt roads.
trail's got pretty good views. I'm really liking Bobblets Gap so far. The only thing I don't particularly care for, and it's to be expected, is, well, we are in that tree tunnel, so it's not a very, shall we say, drone-friendly trail. So I don't anticipate a lot of airtime today, but that's okay because the trail itself more than makes up for it. If you are still watching, it would really be awesome and mean a lot if you like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Heck, share the video if you want to. Also, check out the rest of the East Coast gang. Check out Journey Beyond, Overland, Simply Must Go, Beasts of Burden, Overland, Derues, and Spartan Overland. Check those guys out too. They're my buddies, and they are putting out great videos.
The forest in this area is dense and the summer vegetation limits the views, but the trail itself is fun and is keeping me engaged and interested.
There's absolutely no way that the camera is going to show it through the tree line, but there is a ridge line that runs right there that in the fall or in the winter would probably afford a pretty good view. Not so much right now because it's the end of August and everything's green, but in another month to 6 weeks, probably a pretty good view right there.
Despite more or less just connecting two mountain residential areas and passing under the Blue Ridge Parkway, Bobblets Gap has a distinctly remote feel to it. Maybe it's the rugged, unmaintained feel of the terrain. Despite being only a few miles from people's home, the trail makes you feel like you're somewhere far more remote.
This is the point where the trail goes under the Blue Ridge Parkway. It's probably one of the most popular parts of the trail, so don't trash it with litter. Person who went to Taco Bell on July 11th at 6:40 p.m. and got pintos and cheese, a beefy 5-layer burrito, and paid with Visa debit card ending in 0254. Keep your trash off the trail. In and out of the Defiant all day setting cameras up. Barely any bugs out here. And now that we're almost through the trail, they are everywhere. Super cool trail, but man, nowhere to launch a drone from. This tree canopy is so thick. It's just not putting the drone up on this one.
Although I'm unable to safely fly the drone, this trail does not leave me feeling disappointed. So far, it's been a great place to spend a couple of hours exploring.
It's a subject that I touched on in the last video from Fort Saybert, but this is just a day trip, you know, drive, go to the trail, drive home. No rooftop tent on the Defiant right now because I'm still waiting on the repower project to kick off, and the body's got to come off the frame for that. I'm not here to shoot any content for any sponsors because I've cut way back on gear videos. I'm tired of pushy companies and their deadlines. I'm just here to ride the trail and shoot a video of it. In a lot of ways, it's like going back in time 3 to 4 years when I really first started out doing this, and I didn't really care about anything. I just showed up with a camera, shot a video, and went home. And that's what I'm doing today, and I am having a blast. Spotted this as I was driving by. Looks kind of cool. Looks like it could be an old fault line in the rocks. Huh. I don't know. Any of you guys know anything about geology? Want to take a stab at it? Am I right? Am I wrong? Because I'm not a geologist. But yeah, cool.
Although not as bad as some of the tighter trails in Virginia, Bobblets Gap will send you home with some new pinstripes in your paint.
It's Labor Day weekend, and I haven't seen a soul out here since I passed all the houses at the very beginning of the trail. This does not appear to be a very heavily traveled trail, I'm going to guess, because there's not really any campsites to speak of. There's a lot of vegetation upgrowth in the middle of the 2-track, which kind of indicates there's not a lot of people come down here. I know that it's a seasonal trail, and I don't remember the open dates off the top of my head, so it's possible I'm out here right after it opened. I don't know, but yeah, no one else out here, which just made it even better. Well, that answers the question of the open dates for the trail. August 1st till early January. So yeah, it's not open very much. And it shows. It's not a very heavily traveled trail, but it's a good one. That's it for Bobblets Gap. It was a great trail, Onyx off-road. Rates at about a 2 out of 10, and I'd say that's fairly accurate. It's not a difficult trail, but it has a very remote feel to it, and it is just all around fun. I had never been on this one before. I'd wanted to many times, and I'm glad I finally got the chance to hit the trail. So that's the first one of the 2 gaps that we're going to try to knock out today. So now we're going to try to make the approximate 25-minute drive over to Powell's Gap and knock that one out. So you've stuck around. Let's keep going and let's hit Powell's Gap. Well, I'm at Powell's Gap. This trail is a bit more of what you would expect for this area. It's not really a trail so much as it is just a Forest Service road that's gravel and dirt.
Powell's Gap is more in line with what's typical for Forest Service roads in this area. It's a smooth, maintained gravel road that connects the Blue Ridge Parkway to State Road 614.
One thing I'll tell you about Powell's Gap so far is be the heck careful going through these turns. People come down this trail freaking flying. I've already had 2 vehicles come at me, a pickup truck towing a trailer and an older XJ Jeep coming around the turns way too fast, and resulted in me having to quickly move to the right shoulder. Fortunately, the trail is wide enough for 2 vehicles to easily pass by each other. But yeah, people out here drive way too fast. I don't know about you, but I really like the way she's looking on that new suspension.
Although not challenging or particularly scenic, Powell's Gap is a relaxing ride. When you aren't dodging reckless oncoming drivers, that is. And was the perfect bookend to today's trip.
Well, that's it for today's trip. It was a great trip. Bobblets Gap was awesome. Powell's Gap was a good finish to the day, but I don't know that I would come out here just for Powell's Gap, because calling it a trail is a bit of a stretch of the word. It's just a gravel road, connects the state highway up to the Blue Ridge Parkway, but it was a good finish to the day. If you've stuck around this long, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and head over to defiantoffroad.us and check out the merch shop. We have a lot of great stuff in there. And until next time, this has been Defiant Off-Road. We did get some new pinstriping today. Oh well, no biggie.